Sonicstate here at Superbooth 2018, and here with Finn with Future Sound System. Hey Finn.
Hey guys.
I normally don't look that much at Eurorack, but I'm making an exception because Finn is from Bristol. Yay! And so you said you've been a Superbooth before, but this is the first time that you're exhibiting.
Yeah, first stand we've had here. Yeah.
Fantastic. So can you show us what you demonstrate, what you've got for us this year then?
So top case is 100% Future Sound Systems. Up here we've got our Crystallizer Tg1, the limited edition that we did in association with Chris Carter from Gristle.
Signed there as well.
And also Roy Gwynn, who originally designed the guitar effects pedal circuit that Chris took and made into the sound of TG, really.
Amazing.
And we've got a couple of the kind of standalone modules as well. So a couple of the filters here. You can do super vocally resonant type stuff there.
So those are essentially the filter module from there as an available as a separate module,
yeah. And also the modulator, the VCA as well. And down here we've got the generator as well, the LFO.
Oh, look at this. This sexy kind of flash there. That's awesome.
And then also unveiling a couple of new designs that I've been working on just before the show.
Okay.
So we've got the OSC1 Cyclical Engine, which is the first Future Sound Systems VCO.
Oh, nice.
It really does kind of all that you'd expect from a basic VCO, but also a couple of other bits as well. So every waveform goes through a VCA. All of those VCAs are then mixed down together. So
so you can modulate every VCA then.
Yeah, so we can take all of the mix output here. Will give you everything post VCA, and then you can bang in the kind of modulation for each VCA here. These are kind of quite interesting pots because they give you, without any voltage control, they just give you a static level, and then you take the voltage control input, and this kind of gives you a depth control as well.
Okay, excellent. I think we're going to need to hear something, I think.
Yeah. So
what are we listening to?
That's a bit of the raw output from this OSC1 up here. We should be able to, just listening to the triangle wave at the moment. So you can
modulate the shape of
that. So that is currently being CV'd, I think, from the TG2 here. So I can speed that up. And then we've also got the pulse wave there, which is doing the pulse wave modulation. So shout out to Nick on that one.
Actually, Nick now hates pulse width.
Does he actually?
He hates it, yeah. He actively avoids it now,
no.
Yeah, he's
So
he's
sad.
had his fill.
That is such a lie.
That is a real shame.
Myth, go on.
And we've got the sine wave as well. That currently isn't going through the VCAs. We've got a bit of a problem there on the wave shaper circuit, but that'll be sorted for release. So fairly clean sine wave, and then you can sweep it into something more squared off.
Yeah.
The other way.
So I'm getting this kind of feeling that sort of Future Sound Systems is kind of really all about gnarliness.
Yeah, in a way. We want to do things a little bit differently. Nice. So, that's why, approaching Chris to do the Gristleizer, we had several requests, that could we revisit this circuit in Eurorack? Yeah, sure. And I've been working for quite a long time with Paul Smith now from Blast First Petite with the Moog Sound Lab UK. I got in touch with Chris through Paul, and we just started throwing ideas around. So and we kind of want the whole line to be quite a different way of looking at synthesis that's a bit more raw, a bit more edgy.
Right, which kind of fits with a throbbing gristle kind of connection, doesn't it?
Akin to those guys working from the late 70s. I mean, absolutely heroes of mine, and trying to make something that echoes their sentiments musically at least.
Nice.
So
that's the Spectral Devastator.
Yeah, so the Spectral Devastator.
Oh, I like the way that sounds. Spectral Devastator.
So this kind of stems from an old design. We put out the original Fill 2 in about, I think, maybe 2011. It's about 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. And it's a high pass and a low pass filter, but they're super non-linear, so super distorted, super dirty. I think I've got some audio there somewhere.
Let's get dirty.
And these are really quite something. So let's see what we've got. So this is just listening to the high pass at the moment. So you can go into this, fairly subtle high pass, but then you can really get it to scream.
Yeah!
and it really will. It really will
Yeah.
go for it.
Blast! Can you see that? It says blast.
Yeah, I can't hear anything now. My headphones have just gone.
So we've then also got the low pass, so we can normal the input from the high pass to the low pass.
No need.
Again, you get this kind of weird, like, biting point.
Yeah, it's hearing at that point. There, nice.
But then when you start to drive it, again, put the blast on.
From 5 to 6 only
Fantastic.
for special people. See you later. By the way, in the Eve Audio Lounge, nowhere else tomorrow.
Hijacked. So you can kind of, use them independently. Stick an input in there and just have a high pass and a low pass, or chain them together and you just get this total
Yeah.
real gnarly.
So what's the colour doing then? The colour is kind of just acting like a kind of extra tone shaper.
A little bit, yeah. So the color is in the path of the resonance.
Oh, right.
So it kind of really depends on what you're feeding it source material wise. If we take the blast off. And again, it's very subtle until you start modulating it. So we can let's take that ramp from there. And you can hear that kind of movement between the harmonics and the subharmonics.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of all being pushed and pulled around there with the color. So it just adds another stage of nonlinearity to the filter.
All right, and it's modulatable.
Yeah. So it's completely CVable. So that came about. The original filter, you had no control over resonance. This is an attempt to put that in, but we were quite lucky because we found that it actually gives you this extra kind of tonal palette.
Okay,
That's kind of interesting. Hence color.
Colour,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's pretty much our new stuff.
Great.
And again,
Certainly see how Throbbing Gristle fans will be going for this.
exactly. Hopefully
Yeah.
so. But yeah.
Thank you very much, Finn.
No worries,
So,
guys.
before, little bit of trivia. Look at this. Finn is the, what is it? Great grandson of none other than William Shakespeare.
Willie Shakes, MC Willie Shakes.
MC Willie Shakes. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Guys,
Yeah.
cheers, man.
Great. Good luck.